To condense the story, I made friends with Julie, and once I realized that she was a real estate agent, I knew that I wanted her to sell my home in Santa Rosa. It
Mm-hmm.
was in a working class neighborhood, and while I had been incredibly grateful that I had managed to get it on my own, I was ready to
Mm-hmm.
move on into a more um, suburban, rural area. And she gave me all the tips to really polish my house and make it the presentation of it have a broad appeal, but
Oh.
also an appeal that would specifically fit the types of people who would be looking in that neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
And when we had a few offers, but there was a young family that this would have been their first home, and the neighborhood was perfect for them. So she helped me to help assist them in getting through their loan process and doing the right things we needed to for them to be able to meet their criteria because they were getting a special government loan.
Uh-huh.
And she went above and beyond with the time. She found me all the right repair people I needed to do anything like new gutter
Yeah.
replacement and painting house. And
Perfect.
yeah, in fact, it was so well staged by me following her direction that realtors were contacting her and saying it was the nicest staged house and the cleanest house they'd seen the entire year. She made all the paperwork completely painless. And then when I found the house that I have now, she worked with a lot of compassion for the situation of the woman who was letting this house go. We both treated her very kindly and compassionately. She was in an advanced state of dementia, and spent a lot of time with her and helped her to feel really safe about choosing to sell the house to me. And Julie also made that as painless, for the transfer as painless as possible. She, we made sure that we had all my
Yeah.
ducks in. She helped facilitate the process of getting me approved, actually, by giving a referral and personal recommendation. The house I have now is in a place where you actually have to be approved to own a house. It's a kind of enclosed community,
Uh-huh.
and it was her word that really sealed them accepting my application. And again, she specifically found very reliable people to do the work on this house so before I moved in, because it was in a state of a pretty serious disrepair. So she helped facilitate getting that to a stage where I could move in. She helped walk me through any paperwork questions I had at every single turn. And there were a lot of questions because this was an unusual loan that the family had. And she helped me to deal with the title company
Mm-hmm.
with all the questions I had. And I mean, she didn't stop being available. And my house was what I'd call a lower mid price house. It wasn't the lowest like a condo or something, but it wasn't like a higher end neighborhood. But she treated it as though it was. And she
Yeah.
treated it that way with me, and she treated that way with potential buyers. So it actually ended up getting top dollar, more than I think it would have for that neighborhood if I had worked with someone else. I felt safe. I felt I had sold a home before with someone else,
Mm-hmm.
and he was not always available. He didn't have the information that I need. He was short, like curt. She was
Yeah.
never short or curt. She was always very amenable and available. And so I felt safe. And buying this place, I was buying it outright. So that was a bigger challenge because when you have a mortgage, you kind of feel like, you can fall back on the bank. But
Mm-hmm.
this was all mine. And she helped me to feel like I could handle this. She put a lot of instilled a lot of confidence. She knows the market here extremely well. She knows exactly what it can bear for selling it, and she knows exactly what you can get away with for offering that's realistic. So she, because of that, she knew when we knew we needed to negotiate on the price of this house due to the amount of work it needed, she was able to really specifically tell me what I could ask for and what I was going to have to absorb myself, so that when my offer went in, it was reasonable. It didn't come off as being presumptuous or like trying to, wheel deal and little things. It actually, and it looked like a really strong offer, and that's why it was accepted over two other contractors who could have paid cash outright immediately without negotiating. So